Welcome to Chop and Talk Learning Hub. In today's video lecture, we shall see diversity in the living world, exploring biodiversity, understanding the variety of life and its importance in our environment. Introduction to biodiversity, variety in plants and animals. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity means the variety of all living things around us, including plants, animals, and organisms. It includes difference in their shapes, size, color, the places they live, and how they behave. This variety makes life interesting and supports the balance of nature. Why biodiversity matters? Biodiversity is important because every living thing has a role in its environment. Plants provide food and shelter. Animals spread seeds and help nature grow, and all living beings depends on each other. Protecting biodiversity helps keeping our planet healthy and full of life. Nature walk, observing plants and animals around us. What to bring? Carry a notebook and a pen to record your observation. Bring a water bottle to stay hydrated during the walk. Prepare yourself to observe and learn from nature attentively. Here, Drs. Rakesh and Chacha was going with their children to a nature walk. Here, the Chacha is making a sound of a birds. This is a condition where there are different types of plants and animals where biodiversity matters. Recording observations, features of plants and animals. Recording plant features. To understand plants better, record details about their stem, leaves in their tables or scrapbooks. Note the nature of stems such as hardness and thickness, leaf shapes and arrangement, flower color and size, as well as any special features or observation you notice while exploring. Documenting animal observations. Note down where animals live, what they eat, their mode of movement, and any distinctive features. Record this information in tables to analyze similarities and dissimilarities among animals. Creating scrapbooks with the drawings or collected items also helps in appreciating biodiversity. Group plants, herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers, creepers. Let's see what are trees, shrubs, herbs, climbers, creepers by their stem hardness and branching. Trees are plants that grow very tall with a hard, thick and woody stems. Their branches usually start higher up on the stem and away from the ground. An example is the mango tree, which has a sturdy brown trunk and a broad leafy canopy. Shrubs are plants shorter than the trees, with multiple woody stems, branches close to the ground. Their stems are hard but as thick as those trees. A rose bush is a common example of shrubs with a thinner branch and many blossoms. Herbs are small plants with a soft green and tender stems. They are generally short in height and often used for cooking or medicines. The tomato plant is an example of a herb with delicate stems and small fruits. Climbers and creepers. Climbers are plants with a weak stem that need support to grow upward by attaching to the other plants or structures. Creepers spread along the ground and grow horizontally. Both types rely on the nearby structures for support to reach sunlight. Key features: height, stem hardness, branching. Tall plants generally have hard, thick stems and branches that start higher on the stems. Characteristic of trees: medium of height plants have hard but thinner stems with the branches near the ground, like shrubs. Short plants have soft green stems with the thin branches, typical of herbs. Leaf venation and root types: reticulate versus parallel and taproot versus fibrous roots. Leaf venation. Leaf venation refers to a pattern of veins on a leaf. Reticulate venation shows a net-like pattern where veins branch and form a mesh, seen in the leaves. Like those of hibiscus, parallel venation occurs when the veins run side by side along the length of the leaves, common in banana and grass leaves. Types of roots. Plants have different root stems based on their structure. A taproot system features one main thick root with the smaller branches, such as a mustard plant. In a context, fibrous roots consist of many thin, similar-sized roots growing from the base of the stem, like common grass. Common association. Reticulate venation is generally found on plants with a taproot system, and those plants are called dicotyledons or dicots. Parallel venation is typically a plant with a fibrous roots known as monocotyledons or monocots. This relationship helps in classifying plants based on their leaves and roots. Seeds type: understanding dicots and monocots. Dicot seeds. Dicot seeds have two cotyledons, which are the first leaves of the plants inside the seed. Each cotyledon stores a food that nourishes the seedling as it grows. Plants with the dicot seeds usually have leaves with a reticulate venation. Dicot seeds have reticulate venation, where veins from the net-like pattern. The root system is typically a taproot, featuring a main central root with the smaller side of roots growing from it. An example of dicot seed is a chickpea, which clearly shows two halves representing the cotyledons. Monocot seeds. Monocot seeds contain only one cotyledon. This single cotyledon helps the seedling absorb nutrients from the seeds. Plants with the monocot seeds commonly have leaves with the parallel venation. The monocot seeds have parallel venation, where the veins run side by side along the length of a leaf. Their root system is fibrous, made up of many thin roots spreading out from their plant base. Maize is an example of monocot seed. Shows as a single unit without separation of halves. There is no separation of or breaking into two halves. Grouping animals, movements and body parts. The number of examples and the movement category. Habitats and adaptation. Plants and animals in different environments. Desert adaptations. In desert, water is scarcity and temperature vary greatly. Cacti have a thick, fleshy stems that store water to survive for a longer period of time. Their spines reduce water loss and protect them from herbivores. These features helps them to thrive in hot and arid conditions. Mountain adaptation. Deodar trees found in a mountainous region have a conical shape and sloping branches that allow snow to slide off easily. This prevents branch breakage under a heavy snow and helps the tree to survive cold and snowy weather. Forest and ocean adaptation. Forest provides diverse habitats with ample shelter and food. In oceans, animals like fishes have streamlined bodies and fins that enable efficient swimming in water, allowing them to navigate in aquatic habitats. Examples of adaptation: camels, trees, and mountain plants. Desert, a camel adaptation. Camels living in hot deserts have long legs and wide hooves that help them to walk on a sandy terrain without sinking. They have a single hump for storing fat, which aids survival during food scarcity. In contrast, camel in a cold desert like Ladakh have shorter legs suited for mountainous regions. Two humps that shrink in winter as stored fat is used, and thick coat of hair to protect them from cold temperatures. Mountain plant adaptation. Deodar plants that have a conical shape have with a flexible sloping branches that allow snow to slide off easily, preventing damage. Rhododendron plants vary in height and leaf size depending on the mountain region, adapting to a local wind and weather condition to survive and thrive. Importance of habitat, terrestrial and aquatic life. Terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat. Terrestrial habitat are areas on a land where plants and animals live, such as forest and grassland. They provide a shelter and food for a specific species like trees, goats, and many types of birds. These habitats supply air for breathing and diverse resources that support life on land. Terrestrial habitats supports life on land. Aquatic habitats supports life on water. Life in water. Aquatic habitats include bodies of water like ocean, rivers, and lakes. They nurture organisms such as fish, whales, and aquatic plants. Water is abundant in these habitats, and animals have adapted to live and move in water environments, relying on it for a survival and nourishment. Human impact, habitat loss and biodiversity decline. Human activities affect the habitats. Human actions such as deforestation, urbanization, urban development, and pollution damage natural habitats. Cutting down forests removes the homes of many species. Expanding cities disrupt natural areas and pollution contamination water and soil. These activities reduce the places where plants and animals can live safely and find food. Consequences of habitat damage. Habitat destruction causes a decline in a species population as they lose their shelter and resources. This leads to a loss of biodiversity, weakening ecosystem that provides a vital service like clean air, water, and climate regulation. The reduction in the biodiversity also harms the human well-being as a natural systems become less resilient and productive. Conservation efforts Save Silent Valley and Project Tiger. Save Silent Valley movement. A successful community leads movement that protected the Silent Valley evergreen forest in Kerala from a proposed hydroelectric dam, preserving a rich biodiversity through awareness campaigns, legal appeals, and collective actions. Project Tiger Initiative, a natural or a national program started in 1973, focused on protecting Bengal tigers and their habitats by establishing a tiger reserves and implementing conservation measures to increase tiger population. Conservation outcomes. These efforts resulted in saving a unique forest ecosystem and supporting the recovery of endangered species such as Bengal tiger, demonstrating how community involvement, legal protection are essential for biodiversity preservation. Scientists who help biodiversity Janki Ammal and Salim Ali. Janki Ammal was an Indian botanist known for her dedication to environmental work and documenting India's rich plant biodiversity. She led to a botanical survey of India and played a significant role in the Save Silent Valley movement, helping to preserve important forest areas. Animals. Salim Ali, often called the Birdman of India, traveled extensively to study and document the biodiversity of birds across India. He recorded their habitats and migration routes, helping to conserve important birds and regions like Kyoldeo National Park and Ranganathitu Bird Sanctuary. Community protections, sacred groves and local efforts. What are sacred groves? Sacred groves are undisturbed patches of forest that vary in size. They are home to many plants and animals, including medicinal plants. Local community protect these areas by not allowing anyone to harm animals or cut trees, preserving their natural state. Community protection. Local plants safeguard sacred groves by preventing any disturbance or harm within this area. This community effort ensures that the groves remain intact and continue to support their biodiversity. Importance of sacred groves. Sacred groves serves as a treasure of biodiversity, conserving species and medicinal plants. They help maintain ecological balance and preserve the natural environment for future generation. Example, sacred grove in the Western Ghats. One well-known example is sacred groves found in the Western Ghats, a region with a rich biodiversity. This grove is protected by a local community and remains largely untouched, supporting many unique animals. Discover sacred groves near you. Many regions have their own sacred groves protected by communities. Exploring or learning about these local groves helps raise awareness of biodiversity conservation in your area. Community protection symbols. The combined effort of plants and animals, local people, and protective actions symbolize how community involvement preserves these vital natural habitats and their biodiversity. Summary. Key points on biodiversity and conservation. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity refers to a wide variety of plants, animals, and other living organisms found in the region or on the earth. It includes all forms of life and their interactions which support the balance and health ecosystem. How we group plants and animals can group based on their similarities and differences, such as plants by height and stem by herbs, shrubs, trees, and animals by their modes of movement. Group helps in understanding and studying the biodiversity of life forms. Why we should protect the biodiversity? Protecting biodiversity is essential because it maintains ecosystem services like food, water, and air quality. It ensures that survival of species and supports life on Earth by preserving habitats and natural resources. Activities and reflections, learning through observation and group work. First activity is nature work or nature walk and record, group project and poster. First, we should walk to a nature to observe plants and animals in a local surrounding. Group project. What we should do a group project? Collect the pictures of plants and animals and classify group based on the common features and common differences. Create a poster and grouping a criteria and share with your classroom. Questions and discussion. Exploring biodiversity further. Compare mountain and plain goats. Observe the difference and similarities between mountain goats and goats found in the plains. Reflect on how environmental conditions influence their features and behavior. Group animals by habitats. Sort animals into groups based on their habitats such as aquatic, terrestrial, or both. Discuss how habitats influence animals' adaptation and survival. Suggest local conservation actions. Brainstorm ideas to protect and conserve biodiversity in your local area. Consider the community involvement and protecting habitats and sustainable practices. Discuss plants and animals adaptation. Explore how different plants and animals have adapted to survive in their diverse environment and why these adaptations are important for biodiversity. Explore grouping of plants and animals. Discuss different ways plants and animals can be classified based on their physical features, movement, and habitats to understand biodiversity better. Thank you for joining us in exploring the biodiversity of life around us. Together, we can make a difference in protecting our precious biodiversity. Let us all observe and record the wonders of nature, protect local habitats with care and respect, and share and act to inspire others to join the cause. Your small daily actions contribute to a healthier and thriving planet to a generation to come. Thank you very much. Like, share, and subscribe Chalk and Talk YouTube channel. Once again, thank you very much.